Who needs Thanksgiving family time when you can watch an NL stream in bed with your pants down? I didn't read the whole message before I started reading it out loud. My bad. I want to posit something though. I don't think you can be in bed with your pants down. You can only have your pants down if you're out of bed. Like if you have pants on, you get in bed and you take your pants down to your ankles, your pants are not down. They're off. Your pants are off in bed. They're still hanging on. The problem is that you are a follower of the dictionary and I am the generator of the dictionary. So you're arguing from semantics, the rules that somebody else told you. I'm arguing from a spiritual standpoint. Your pants can only be down if the sartorial norm is that the pants are up. And in bed, your pants are not up. If your pants are on in bed, you should be embarrassed. Are you a spiritual person? I'm trying to make a riff. What? Remember like 15 years ago when the joke was you would say I'm like fiscally liberal, socially conservative, until that became like a guy that is now like the average 30 to 50-year-old guy in the country. At least my country and your country, assuming you're watching on holiday right now. That's my new guy. No, I'm not spiritual, but I am very religious. People used to be saying the opposite of that in like 2001 all the time. I don't really believe in God, but I do have a turquoise crystal necklace. Also, that's kind of me, I guess. Minus the necklace. We got you on in the kitchen TV at Grandma's house. What's up? What's up, Grandma? What's up, family? Everybody rush the oven right now. Everybody rush Grandma. She can't stop all of you. Their turkey is your turkey. Saw some crazy stuff on the road today, man. It's like crazy enough to have annoyed me, but not remarkable enough to really be specific in a story. Driving on a one-lane road, get passed by a Toyota Sienna that's using the bike lane as a passing lane. Then I tried to turn left. It's a two-lane road that I was turning onto. One person was in that road turning right, and another person said, I'm not waiting for this person to turn right. I'm going to cross the yellow line, get in the lane that is supposed to be going in the opposite direction, and just block traffic so I can turn left. And I went I went to turn left, and then I saw that the lane that I was going to turn into was just completely blocked, and I just threw up my hands at the dude and like made eye contact and then went straight instead. How long of eye contact? Well, not very long, like a third of a second, because I had the green, so I got to maintain the flow of traffic. Streets are scary. No, I'm not going to play into Gen Z propaganda. Driving literally not scary. That's what is frightening about it, is that it's very casual how easily you could die. The idea of driving is scary. The actual act of driving is very casual. That doesn't mean you're safe. I'm just saying it's not scary. Airplane going through heavy turbulence, very safe, feels scary. Driving in your car at 110 kilometers an hour, not that safe, feels completely normal. What if I'm a puss? I think you just gotta tank it. Honestly, I'm so glad that I was, and like I'm already a little insufferable. I think if I was born in a city, I would be so insufferable, or if I was born in like 2015, because I got a puss phenotype for sure. As a kid, I was like highly avoidant and didn't want to like do any of the necessary signposts that you have to do to like go from child to adult. But like through peer pressure, bullying, and my parents telling me that like one day you're going to want to have your driver's license and stuff like that. One day you're going to want to know how to ride a bike. They gradually, pushed me out of the quicksand and got me up to a relative degree of normalcy. Not organically normal, artificially normal, but still, I think I would be fucking cooked if I was born in like, well, how old? 16-year-olds were born in 2009? I think if I was born in 2009, I would have been taking Ubers everywhere. I would be spending 11 grand a year on Ubers or something like that, because I'd be like, maybe next year I'll get my driver's license. I think that would have, I could totally see that happening, man. Blew through a stop sign on my G2, still passed. That's what it's all about, man. I remember I thought I won my driver's license on a technicality we were driving through the suburbs and my tester was like parallel park here. And I was like, I can't. That space would block a driveway. And I was so proud of myself being like, I dodged the trick question that a lot of other people would fail. And then she was like, yeah, I know, but just do it fast. And I went, oh, okay. Done. Okay. I do think, by the way, I know I've said this before, in Ontario you have to do 3 driving tests. The first one is just on paper, and the second 2 are in the car. I maintain that the first driving test is the hardest. Now, almost nobody fails the first driving test, but you will never have more driving knowledge than on your learner's permit driving test. To be honest with you, half of the shit on the written one, I don't think I know it to this day. Because 15-year-olds will say it's fake, but about 80% of driving is just vibes. You don't need to know, oh, if there's a 18-wheeler in front of you, then the legal gap that you have to maintain goes from 20 meters to 40 meters. You just go, I'm not getting too close to that guy. I don't want to end up on the news later. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know. I know what like 70% of the signs do. Or mean, I should say. But there's like 30% of the signs out there, I don't know what they mean. I also, some of them, I know what they mean, but I don't know how I'm supposed to react. Like beware of falling rocks. I don't really know what to do with that one except get a little scared. It's not like I'm going to start looking up and trying to dodge them as they fall off of the cliff, right? Like, or like, you know, deer crossing. Like literally not my problem, bro. I'm not a deer. One second, I'm going to pour some water. I think dude, I was going to call today Thanksgiving and then do 7 Dota games with Librarian. But then I thought about like trying to wrap my head around the Dota interface. And I said, nah, man, I can't be doing that. I can't be spending 3 minutes in the fountain trying to figure out where the boots are again. That would have been fun. No, the idea would have been fun. So let's just pretend I did it. And you can leave comments in the Discord that are like, holy shit, Thanksgiving is real. And then people that didn't watch the stream will get excited for the VOD and go, what the fuck? It's fucking Isaac again. Shit. Librarian, what are your thoughts on the golden penny? I kind of feel like it's a crazy add to the game. It's just like busy work, man. 3 pennies? Are you trolling me? Annoying item? Huge. My Isaac Whisperer. It's actually one of the things that makes me feel old is not like having no hair on the top of my head and like gray chest hair, but instead when people start telling stories like they got high in the 8th grade, because that shit it didn't happen where I grew up at least. 8th graders are vaping in the bathroom at all times now. That's so sad, but also like so hilarious. It must be really hard to be a teacher these days, man. I don't think I could punish a 12-year-old for vaping in the bathroom. I would be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you why are you pretending to be a grown-up? You're a little kid. It's like when you hear a little kid swear, man. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the ramifications of it. They're wearing the costume of an older man. Started drinking at 13. Did you grow up in like the 1920s or something? That seems crazy. How'd you even have the hookup at 13, man? I just bought it at the store. I had a mustache. Holy cow, man. I'm starting to understand a lot of the comments I see in chat. No disrespect. You're a victim. You're a victim of the system for sure. But now you've made it my problem, so I have to take it out on you, of course. I was pounding JD in the shower at 13. Are you talking about the alcohol or like the guy from Scrubs? The guy from Scrubs? I mean, that seems fine depending on when you were born. I mean, if you're like 50 now, I think that's like, you guys were around the same age, so could be worse. Jack Daniels, I wish it was the guy from Scrubs. That's a great reply. That is a great reply. I wish it was the guy from Scrubs. The only way the comment would be funnier is if you put in parentheses, I'm straight. But I can't make you do that because I don't know if that's true. But that would have added yet another wrinkle to what was already a very, very good comment. Chat, nuts on the table right now. Most underrated HBO show of all time. I'll start. Larry Sanders Show. Game of Thrones, yes. What percentage of Game of Thrones fans you think are just pretending to hate season 8 because that's where the culture's at, but actually, like, when they were watching it, they were like, this is the best season. I think it's, sorry, this is not fair, but I remember in season 8, I saw a tweet from another content creator before, it was whatever the episode was where it's entirely pitch black, okay? And I remember because I was PST, I didn't get to see the episode until a little bit later. So I was on Twitter, I saw reactions, and the reaction was like, I can't shake the feeling that we just watched the best episode of television we're ever gonna see in our entire lives. And I was like, whoa, this must be like really good. And then I watched it and went, what the fuck are they talking about? This is... I mean, I had a TCL, so maybe it's my fault. I have no idea what's happening. I can't see anything. They saw the 7 seasons of build-up ends in Deus Ex Machina, instant. Not to be a Cinema Sins guy, but subjectivity is a cop-out. Sometimes people are just wrong. Thank you. There's some shit that definitely sucks, man. But people are soft these days, man. Back in the day, I mean, you could say something was ass, and people would be like, thank you for saving me some time and money. Now, if you say, it might be okay if you're a fan of the genre, people are like posting your home address on socials. It's a crazy world out there. I'm sorry, I'm slipping into stand-up parlance. It's a crazy world out there. Just the other day, and then I would insert a made-up story here that you would believe is real, and it might change the way you think about the world. For the worse. Case in point, Star Wars prequels. Don't even talk to me, man. And because I agree with you. So I don't want you to talk to me because we're just gonna end up in an echo chamber. How the hell is Revenge of the Sith at like a 4.1 on Letterboxd? I was the only person defending it in 2005. In 2005, everybody was like, this is just as bad as the other ones. And I was like, no, bro, it's a lot better than the other ones. And then they started saying it's one of the best Star Wars. And I went, all right, let's chill out. I don't think it doesn't deserve to be higher than the 40-year-old virgin on Letterboxd. That's all I'm saying. OG trilogy the best? Yes, of the trilogies, but Return of the Jedi kind of sucks. I think if you read a plot synopsis of Return of the Jedi on Wikipedia, it kind of seems like, wow, this movie really ties it all together. But if you actually watch it, like I did maybe 3 weeks ago because my child is really into Star Wars, it's pretty bad, man. Well, it's pretty uneven. Like the stuff that the space battle stuff that they do seems pretty good to me. But then it's like serious Gen X take, but the stuff with the Ewoks is like straight out of like a a bad sci-fi television show. I don't think that's a controversial take, so I apologize for saying it. I should say more controversial stuff like, Libby, you're here. Libby, you don't have to back me up. Should husbands send their wives YouTube shorts? Be honest. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna use you as a symbol for all of, women's opinions on this. Don't change it from reels to shorts. Sorry, that's true. Not to get in trouble, but Instagram is wife-coded. YouTube Shorts is kind of gender neutral, I would say. She said she needs more context. I have not a theory, I have a personal opinion that is men lose aura by sending their wives YouTube Shorts. And I wanted to be unfair first. I wanted to say something like too many YouTube Shorts, but that's not fair. Because too many YouTube Shorts is like too much of anything is bad. So I'm saying like, there's probably, I'm gonna fucking die. There's probably a level that's acceptable. Like I feel like if I sent like one YouTube short every 6 months or something like that, then it wouldn't be a problem. But if I was sending like one a day, that's bad. I would say you're onto something, but in marriage you can tank a lot of aura loss and it's okay. Well, yes, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to lose aura. Like, I'm not keeping score. I'm not like, oh, I really want to send this YouTube short to my wife, but I'm in aura debt right now. It's more like, I don't want to be the kind of guy that's like, please, because, well, I should start with my fucked up worldview. That is, when people send you a link to watch something, they're not sending the link out of a selfless motivation of like, I think you would laugh and love this and bring more joy to the world. I feel like the reason that people are sending links like that is like, please affirm that I found something funny and like give me credit for finding it. This might even be more controversial than the original take. People are like, no, I spread memes to bring joy to the world. Okay, Elon Musk, all right. Saving the world through memes. Let me know how that works out for you. I feel like people do it, it's not like malicious self-interest, but I think they are largely doing it out of self-interest or boredom. They're like, I saw something funny, I want to talk to somebody, I'm gonna use the YouTube short as like a way to start a conversation because I'm bored right now. It's multifaceted, I guess, is what I'm saying. Stop, I feel too seen. Bro, I grew up in like the ICQ era, I know all about this shit. That's why, maybe the reason I stopped is because I fucking had my fill, man. Should I send my wife clips of you? No, bro, YouTube Shorts do not monetize well. It doesn't matter to me at all. Plus, to be honest, if she hasn't been watching me for a while, I don't really want her in chat. Because if you don't understand the kind of culture that we got going on over here, sometimes you can end up typing some stuff in chat that pisses me off. Like, oh, you can't say that. Someone said this is a toxic take, but like, bro, some real things are toxic. Nitrous oxide is toxic. If you go, nitrous oxide is toxic, that doesn't mean that you're being toxic, it means you're identifying something that's toxic. If you call something out as toxic, you're actually serving as a warning label, which is a public good. Anyway, it sounds like she agreed with me wholeheartedly, so that's one in my column, I would say. But I will say, it's not totally fair, and the reason it's not totally fair is because I don't watch YouTube Shorts, so I don't have any YouTube Shorts to send to my wife. If I did watch YouTube Shorts, I don't know, I just can't imagine being that kind of person. So I guess I'm LARPing, because I can't really put myself in that mindset. Does YouTube Shorts have the least aura? No, well, I don't think it's... I think the platform doesn't matter that much as long as they like have an account. The thing that matters is what you're sending. Like, in order, what do I want to be sent the most? And keep in mind I'm a man, so nobody cares about my opinion. But I'm going to say it anyway, because I don't know what else to do. What do I want to be sent the most? CCTV footage of someone slipping on a wet floor inside of a store and then like really hurting themselves and then standing up and grabbing their back and going, oh, and then walking 2 more steps and falling down again on the same patch of floor. That, or like dash cam footage or something like that. Like that's close to the top. And then it would be like good skit, I guess. A skit with a good bit attached to it, which has been known to happen from time to time. One thing I never want to be sent, and I think you should absolutely, I think I apologize to the men for this one, because I think I'm going to farm so many +2s that you're going to be scared. I think if you start sending your wife clips from like a podcast that's not funny, but instead is meant to like teach you something about the world, it's over. Like, I think you're on the downslope and you got to bail out of that. You can't be sending your wife like Manosphere podcast clips. That's a given. She does not care, and you probably should also not care. That's what my parents do. Well, if they've been married long enough, they might be locked in. I don't know. I'm old, but I'm not. I'm old by Twitch standards. I'm not old enough to, you know, have that kind of wisdom from like a real life standpoint. There's people out there older than me. My parents do it to me. Yeah, but I'm sorry to say. I mean, it's not fair. If your parents start sending you stuff like that, you have to watch it because they raised you. But you have an obligation to not fall for it. And you also have an obligation to push back a little bit. You have an obligation to be like, I think that's AI. Like, if it's obviously 100% AI, you have to go, are you sure this isn't AI? You have to do something like that. Or you could not click it and then just react with the mind blown or something. I mean, I would much rather be linked an article. Maybe I'm old. I would much rather someone linked me to an article that they actually read and be like, you should read this. That to me shows genuine care. Almost because of the fact that watching a video takes no time investment and reading an article takes a lot. So it's almost like they're saying, I wouldn't have linked this to you unless I thought it was really relevant to your interests. But a video is just like, it's like a tree like farting a seed out into the environment. It's just like I'm spitting out 10,000 seeds because I know like 9,900 of them are just going to get driven over by dump trucks, you know? Which I don't know that much about trees. Actually may still germinate. I don't know. Did you see that fucking play? Did you see that shit? What are you talking about? You should stop watching YouTube shorts, but if you watch them, you should be embarrassed about them. You should not send them to your spouse. Unless you're a wife, in which case your husband has to tank them. And I don't understand why. We've been talking about it for a long time, trying to understand why there's a double standard, but there is a double standard. I'm not the bad person for noticing the double standard. What about video essays? Only acceptable if you are watching it together over dinner. What year do you think we will reach the point where the average couple at their dining room table eats side by side instead of across? Because I grew up in an across household because people were talking, but definitely I think I'm like exactly at like the watershed moment where I might be on the across level or I might be on the same side level while we watch a Defunctland video or something like that. Bro, I was at Haidi Lao yesterday. Librarian, you're not Chinese. Is it okay for me to say? I looked it up this morning. Is it okay for me to use the Chinese word for white devil? Is there a more white thing than looking up whether I should be able to use a word that I'm offended by? I was Googling, like, is this word that insults me offensive? So yeah, I was going full Guaylo at Haidi Lao. I had a great time. And it was good, but I didn't realize how many people at Haidi Lao are on dates, but like both looking at their phones the whole time. And I'm just observing the culture. I'm not demonizing the culture. I was just surprised, man. I am Chinese, by the way. I didn't know that. But I was surprised. I was surprised how many people on dates were like, we're both going to look at our phone. But you know what? I will also say, in a weird way, despite all my demonizing of short-form video content, I actually don't find that depressing, and I'll tell you why. One thing I talk about with my mom all the time is that being able to be quiet with your spouse at a restaurant is awesome. You know, we talk when we go out to dinner. Don't get me wrong, we make an effort, but at the same time, like, you know, Kate and I, we've been together for like 13 years at this point. We kind of know, I'm not saying there's no other wrinkles to the personality to uncover, but it's not like a breathless exchange of information to constantly be like discovering the next hidden depth in this individual, right? But when you're like 17 and you see a married couple out for dinner and they're not talking, you're like, oh, that's so sad. They probably fucking hate each other. But in reality, you're just like, this food is really good. But after lunch, we have to go home and put some stuff in storage. Like, that's what's going on in your brain. You're not desperately like, like, oh, I'm fucking trying to think of something to say, but I fucking said everything. You're like, food yummy, food yummy. Should we get dessert? I fight for my fucking friends. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for weighing in on that. It's very controversial. I understand. Because I think we're getting this. I think we hit on like not a PhD level thesis, but definitely like the subject of an undergraduate sociology thesis, like your social media algorithm as a more accurate encapsulation of your personality in a post-genetic transmission world. So I understand the algorithm is very personal. So for me, if I sent you a YouTube short, again, we're stretching the bounds of believability here, but if I sent you a YouTube short and you said, I didn't really like this, I would be like, my bad. But someone who watches a lot of YouTube shorts might take it personally and be like, this is literally like an identical version of my personality. It's artificial, but it's identical. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong here. You send shit like the straight shot video. That's what it's all about. That's when I knew Kate was the one. When she understood the straight shot video. Low key, before you get married, you should live together. That's a given. But you should also be able to swap algorithms for a day. Just to see what kind of shit the other person has been... What kind of shit tech companies think the other person would be into. And you don't need to act on it, but maybe you should know. Like the day before the wedding, there can be like a special ceremony where you scroll through... You just swap algorithms for a day. Tons of car crash videos. Am I crazy to think that that's like not a red flag? Obviously I'm biased because I've watched some dash cam footage in my life, but what's the red flag for car crash videos? It's not like I'm gonna crash my car to be in one of the videos. Like it'd be more of a red flag to watch like a Twitch streamer because they might decide to quit their job and try to become one. Guy who likes watching elderly Asian men fall down elevator shafts. Okay, can I say something in my own defense? The race of the person falling down the elevator shaft doesn't have to matter. It just so happens that Asian countries had a lot more CCTV than other countries until very recently. It's like this is a situation where you have to actually use a little bit of deductive reasoning. There's CCTV everywhere in China and Korea, man. We don't have that much CCTV in Canada. Otherwise, we'd have videos of people falling down elevators. Well, I don't know if we would, because honestly, I don't know if we have the same degree of like nightmare elevators here. I've never been in one where I've been like the door just starts to, it turns into like a jigsaw trap while we're inside of it. But Montreal ice slips would go crazy. That's the realest shit any motherfucker has ever said in my chat. I have busted my tailbone like 5 times. I've only been to Montreal thrice. Nice try. Oh, I want to look at chat so bad. I want to look at chat so fucking bad right now. It's like the pull of just glancing a little bit to the right is so very, very strong. It's like when Joel Barish was under the table, you know, when he got transported back to being like 2 years old and he was hiding under the table and his mom was like 30 feet tall. Please. We maintain 1 bomb just in case, How are you not dead? How did I not get hit? Fair. Okay. Lock down. Range down. I'm gonna fucking freak out. Wait, we could fucking do this, man. We could win this one. Definitely not the boss you want to see when you're on 0 health. With 1,000 fucking speed downs. What do? I fucking lived. I'm the lost? Get away from me! What am I supposed to fucking do about that when you got fucking speed down? You can't do anything. You would lose because you have speed down. Okay. They went crazy. On this. The enemies are faster than you, so you just die. They fucked up. I don't know what I'm not saying every loss means they fucked up, but they fucked that up. Okay, no pills ever. Guys, I hit an incredible milestone, by the way. I actually used all 4 bars of, or I guess they're sticks, but all 4 sticks of Old Spice deodorant I got in a value pack at Costco like 3 years ago. I used them down to the fucking plastic, man. Now I gotta buy deodorant, which I honestly thought when I bought 4 sticks at Costco, I was like, this is a lifetime supply. Like this deodorant might outlive me, but here I am. Don't say, you said my Filipino wife says she's never seen someone use so much deodorant. You didn't have to, there's no reason for us to know that she's Filipina. That has no bearing on this at all. Unless there's some obvious deodorant-related humor from the Philippines that I'm just not picking up on. It just seems like a crazy extra piece of information, like just a wild bit of world building, for which I'm very thankful. Braless wife. Oh shit. It's a great tweet, man. And I don't care who you are, the NFL kicker tweet is an all-timer as well. I don't understand how the NFL still has kickers that, like, miss field goals. He's kind of spitting with that one, because I actually have the same take about free throws in basketball. I'm sorry, there's, like, if you're kicking a field goal from 61 yards away, there's different stadiums, there's wind, you know, there's a lot of variance in the snap. The defense is rushing at you. Like, I get it. It's just hard to do to begin with, okay? That makes sense to me. But missing a free throw in basketball makes no sense to me. No one's gonna have a 100% hit rate on free throws, but like, shouldn't they all be shooting like 90 plus on free throws? Curry's at 91. Okay, and Curry's a GOAT. Maybe everyone should be shooting 80% plus. Under an 80% on a free throw makes no sense to me. Nobody should ever miss a penalty in soccer then? Bro, there's no goalie in basketball. Being a goalie in basketball is so OP, they made it illegal. Sometimes they miss the target? Well, yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. The net is really big. I'm sorry, it can't be that hard. I did it in FIFA Online all the time when I was waiting for a match, man. I don't know, man. I think they have to make, like, pretty soon they're not going to let you jump in the NBA. Because people are injuring themselves too much. We gotta make it a standing sport only. Can you imagine how boring football was when forward passes were illegal? Like, what the hell were they thinking, man? A pass is like the best part of football. It's what makes football worth watching. He hates rugby? I mean, I kind of do not fuck with rugby, yes. Do rugby guys talk about how macho they are all the time because there's no helmets? Yes, yes, they do. Rugby guys, I'm sorry to do this to you, but rugby guys do often talk about how they're more hard than football guys. It happens all the time. But they are? I don't really care because I live in Canada, so we kind of fucking suck at both of them. I guess we're okay at rugby, but there's like less competition. You gotta admit, if some of those NFL linemen spec'd into rugby instead of, you know, pancake blocks when they were in college, the world rankings of rugby might be looking a little different. I understand there's some big guys in the UK and New Zealand and South Africa, but they'd be building them big in Wisconsin. The biggest man you have ever seen is in line for the buffet on the Disney cruise. He's 16 and a half years old, 6'8", 240 pounds, 5% body fat. He's getting 12 Mickey waffles and 18 strips of bacon. And he's actually really, really nice, which is crazy. But don't ask him who he voted for. You know, I was reading about, just randomly on Wikipedia, I was reading about Jeff Beck. I think I got on a Steely Dan kick. I went from like Steely Dan to like a session musician who founded a band who eventually got me to like Jeff Beck. I was reading about Jeff Beck's funeral. And it was like he was buried, you know, in a public funeral on like this day. After that, there was a separate private ceremony that was attended only by his widow and Johnny Depp. And I was like, I need more information on this. The two most important people in Jeff Beck's life were his wife and Johnny Depp? Who was in the chair? Okay, you guys are literally internet poison and it's starting to piss me off. You can have friends, like, and also be married without your friends fucking your wife. What are you talking about? It's so much worse that it's innately hilarious that his best friend is 2020's Johnny Depp. That's already so much funnier than anything you could fucking type, especially the first depraved fucking impulse that pops into your internet addicted brain. Would have been funnier if it was Epstein? No, it would have been much more troubling for two reasons. One, he's Jeffrey Epstein. The other one being that bro had been dead for like 4 years, so there'd be a fucking zombie at the funeral. I was telling people were like, why would you say this? But I thought it was real. Chiblee, he's very nervous about accidentally revealing his location, which I think is fair. But then I said, living in New Zealand gotta go crazy for not getting killed by a viewer, because you got to imagine they would start rethinking things on the 19-hour flight. Chibli said that's pretty true. Everyone else in chat was like, why would you say that? But I think there's something to be said about that, man. He could have an insane Kiwi viewer, but the odds of that are not that high because there's not as many people from New Zealand, man. It's population. What if they're from Australia? Still not that many Australians in the whole scheme of things. There's more than from New Zealand, but still. And New Zealand people are chill? You gotta stop saying that. It pisses them off. And I understand why. Because New Zealand is kind of like English-speaking Japan for Americans. I talk about it with Chibli all the time. It's like, does it ever get annoying that whenever shit gets bad in America, people start saying they're gonna move to your country instead? And he went, yes. They start saying some shit like, oh, you wouldn't get it. You live in a country that has no problems whatsoever. And you just gotta be like, well, alright. Same deal with Canada. Yeah, but I think New Zealand gets it worse because A, it's further away, and B, they filmed The Lord of the Rings there. W Librarian, what did they say? Something in my expense, no doubt. Fuck off? What the? I told you, something at my expense. He hates Librarian? I don't! Librarian's literally my only fucking friend. In this bitch of a world. He's seen the videos? I've seen the evidence. That's all I'm gonna say, I've seen the evidence. I had an idea too, you know, with all these like sports gambling controversies? Where people will be like, put a big bet against the Lakers, LeBron gonna be out tonight. Sending that shit in plain text over like Twitter DMs. They need some shit like that in the WWE, man. Oh shit, Triple H arrested after it finds out he's been fixing wrestling matches. Triple H, my parlays, bro. I had Brock Lesnar getting The Undertaker in a 3 count tonight. You fucked me, bro. People do bet on that shit? No shot. You can bet on the WWE? You can, but it's... yeah, man. How could you bet on the WWE? It's not... I don't want to say it's not real, but isn't that like betting on like the ending of a movie or something like that? Like someone wrote it. It's scripted, that's what I'm trying to say. Kind of like a Logan Paul boxing match. That's a cheap shot? It's not a cheap shot. Have you seen the matches? Wait, Alabaster Box, we're so back. They had betting odds for who killed Mr. Burns. Yeah, but that wasn't so bad because that shit was in like 1994. You had to like literally interface with La Cosa Nostra in order to place the bet, man. It was self-limiting because if you got too addicted to gambling, they fucking killed you. Nowadays, you're telling me you can bet on WrestleMania on your phone? Like not on like stake, but like on like a regulated online casino. You can bet on WrestleMania? I have 9-1 on you losing this run on Polymarket. Yo, get in touch. Who's your counterparty? Actually, low-key, betting on Jeopardy would be fucking sick. As long as the bets were open, they have to stay open until 2 minutes into the episode, so you can at least get the introductions and the professions of everybody that's on the show. And then be like, that's my fucking guy right there. That's my guy. I got a wreck on Ken Jennings being the... No! Not Librarian, VIP Daniel. Not the profile after the first break. That's crazy. I'm talking about a computer programmer from Branson, Missouri, introducing Joel. That's when you close the bets. And our returning champion, a library scientist from Peoria, Samantha Wallacombe, whose one-day cash winnings total $19,406. I got a rack on Ken Jennings being the host tonight. At minus 300,000. Don't fuck with me. I'll be hosting tonight. Ken Jennings is out with illness. Fuck! I'm fucking ruined! God damn it! Off the absinthe that made Karl Marx. Yo, low-key, I think, like, I kind of enjoy being born, like, when I was. But if I couldn't be born then, I think I would go crazy as, like, one of those dudes who smoked a lot and then just, like, drank and argued about shit all night. back in the Karl Marx era. Like, I don't know if I'd ever write, like, anything down, but I think I would love to just, like, be a member of the salon or whatever. A philosopher? No, just, like, chopping it up, you know? Not getting, like, a big head about it or whatever. Just a guy with friends. He was arguing with plumbers and accountants. You're not wrong. Karl Marx, I don't think he'd make it in the podcast circuit these days, man. If he said one motherfucking word wrong, the whole movement's coming down. We're lucky that they did. Oh, we're using like wax cylinders and shit back then. Sorry to make this about Dr. Parkinstine again. the kid on he's not a kid. He's like in his mid-20s maybe, but the guy from North Carolina who lives his whole life like it's the early 20th century. I love Kory is watching his videos now and then. I fucking love when he does like an intro of, he's like, I just got my Edison cylinder working again. And then he like loads an Edison cylinder into like a phonograph and plays the worst fucking music you've ever heard in your entire life. It's so fucking good, man. He puts like an Al Jolson wax cylinder into the machine and it goes like, I like to sing it. I like to sing it when I sing it in his hand. I love my baby. I love my baby when she comes in to me. It's so fucking good, man.
Okay, today I'm going to be playing a song on my Edison Diamond Disc phonograph. This will be the first full song this thing has played since I fixed it. Now I'm going to play this record. Most of y'all will probably recognize this song. It's called Let Me Call You Sweetheart. This version is from the 1920s.
Dr. Parkinstine might be the GOAT. Here's my weird electricity shit. He was doing like a Tesla coil thing in his backyard. He was electrocuting like a single light bulb with 100 million volts of electricity or something like that. And he was like, my conduit broke, so let me get my lightning gloves. And I was like, wait, this guy kind of rules. I'm sorry. You could never make me hate Dr. Parkinstine, man.
Okay, today I'm going to show you a light bulb lining up with a single wire. So if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know about my magnifying transmitter. Well, today I'm going to be connecting a light bulb to the top of the extra coil. And then I will connect the other wire of the light bulb to that sphere on the top of that. Okay, there's the light bulb right there. Now I'm going to throw the switch. So earlier today, the top contact of the switch broke, so I will be using my lineman gloves and I will throw the switch that way.
He flips the fucking switch with his hands with like rubber gloves on, and then the Tesla coil goes like, and you can see it like electricity is like crackling around it, and then a little light bulb is just getting like slightly brighter. Like I thought for sure it would like channel the lightning into the bulb, and then it would get insanely bright and explode or something, but it just like dimly glows. He might be my favorite guy. I'm sure there's something, like, because there's not a lot of guys like that out there, so there's something there, but he's a true believer in the superiority of the very, very early 20th century. Like, bro is inventing electricity from base principles when we already have, like, base principles. Sorry, we already have electricity. I like him. I got nothing against him. I mean, he's all in, that's for sure. What's with his voice? I swear I'm not saying this to, like, be rude. I seriously think, like, 2% of people from North Carolina just sound like that. There was also, someone in Kory's chat was like, have you seen the video where he has a Nazi oven? And everyone went, what the fuck? And then they went, yeah, it's crazy. And then they didn't talk for like 20 minutes. And then they went, I found the video. It's a fridge, by the way. And we went, okay.
Okay, today I'm going to show you my new natural gas powered refrigerator slash freezer from the 1930s that I have acquired. So this valve I'm going to be threading on there came off of this old heater, which I use sometimes. What's interesting about it is if you look closely there, you can see the swastika, but that wasn't a bad symbol back in the day. That was the symbol for good fortune in Germany before the 1930s.
That's a little different, but still kind of crazy to have a Nazi fridge. And then it turns out he bought a gas-powered fridge, which is fairly insane already for the modern day. And then one of the parts was broken, so he replaced it with another part that is like this big, that he took off of something else that he had that's from the early 20th century that has a swastika on it. And he was like, don't sweat it. It's from the 1920s. It actually meant good luck. And everyone went, okay, well, listen, that's not really like, I think you're kind of hand waving it a little bit, but also like, this was not the video that we were sold. We were sold a video that this guy had like something absolutely insane. And instead it's like a little component might have been made by like Krupp engineering, which is like still like fucked up and historical, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have the same sort of controversy associated with like a little piece of metal. It's still absolutely insane. It's not as insane as they sold it as he had a Nazi oven. That's fucking crazy. What he actually had was like I don't even know enough about machining to tell you what kind of part it was. It was some kind of fastener. And yes, he hooked up his fridge to a propane tank. Dude, watching these videos will make you a little bit more thankful to live in the 21st century. Because once he got this gas-powered fridge rolling, he was like, it takes 2 to 3 days to cool down. And it's like, I can't do that, man. I got leftovers. I got leftovers ready to cool right now. 2 to 3 days? Like, he does have a microwave in his house. And like, in the video that Kory was watching, he was very defensive about the microwave. He like preloaded the defense. He was like, you might be asking why I got this microwave there. I prefer to have my 1920s gas-powered stove, but it doesn't fit in the apartment or something like that. And I was like, it's all right. You can have a microwave. It's fine, man. I understand, like, preloading the defense for the YouTube comments. They're going to be like, you're a fraud. I mean, if you want to talk about it, the dude is filming his shit on a phone. It's not like he's filming his shit on, like, a daguerreotype or something like that, like a pinhole camera, but gonna go for a run and get away from the family for a bit. Don't take this the wrong way, okay? But, like, enjoy it while it lasts, because once you're, like, not 25 or younger, you can't do that. Especially if you bring another child into the family, you're locked into the Thanksgiving festivities the whole time. You're locked in the whole time. Most of the world doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay, what's your point? No, like I want you to, because you typed it for a reason. You had a reason to type it, so why'd you type it? And you obviously know that we all know this, but why did you type it? I remember your username. I remember the first 3 letters, which is enough. Just give me there it is, okay. Account created 2015, following for 6 years. Previously subbed for 41 months, no longer subbed, which means fair game. Had no point, to be honest. Okay, real recognize real then. At least you acknowledged it. You acknowledged it. Sometimes just fun to type things. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm the type of guy who likes to type jokes instead of facts, I guess. Like, typing a joke is a selfless act. You want to bring joy to the world. Typing a fact is self-interested. Let me tell everybody how smart I am. They don't know that in Austria, we don't have Thanksgiving. We have the Feast of St. Nicholas. Any other streamers here? I love when you craft bait so good, it makes the chatters who only post bait fall out of character. Like they're like a novelty account posting out of character. I saw you pink name who posts bait all the time, get baited by the shit that I just said. I'm your intellectual better. I saw it and it gave me great joy. What are you saying? There's people in my chat who they spend 5 hours a day. Not everybody. This is like 2-3 people. They post bait all day, and sometimes they succeed. But it feels amazing after no selling their bait for like a few weeks to then bait them and realize that that's basically that's like winning a soccer game like 5-0. Like it's the biggest blowout in soccer history. I couldn't deal with that. So you get over it, but I do also think that's just how everybody talks now. not just the streamers, but it's honestly, I know you're gonna hate this because you think that all people older than maybe like 26 are like evil or whatever, but it's so nice to like talk to someone that's 40 and expect them to be baiting you all the time, but instead they're just like sharing experiences from their day. To not ever get hit with a, oh, so you think, like a sentence that starts like that, it's so crazy. I mean, you get bored with it after a while because you're like, come on, bait me a little bit, but come on, let's fucking get into it. Let's argue. But like, it's refreshing for a while, for sure. What's this room? It's nothing. Okay. You don't interact with younger people outside of the stream, though? I literally do. I have a 5-year-old child. I interact with younger people all day, man, after the stream. Unless when you meant younger people, you didn't mean mathematically. You meant people who are not 5, but are like 27. Too young? So younger people exclusively refers to people that are within 2 years of your age. Okay, I understand that. 5 doesn't count as people. I forgot how exhausting it is to be 27. You're like, only my experience is valid. I can't wait till you're older, and then you like expand the window at least a little bit. So you're like, people within like 12 to 15 years of my age are the only ones with valid experiences. That's the true number, man. 2 years is way too narrow. It's plus or minus like 12 to 15 years for sure. Most annoying part of being in your 30s, parents getting older. Second most annoying part of being in your 30s, people in their 20s being like, soon I'll be 6 years younger than you and my life will be over. And you gotta be like, if you're ever like, no it won't, they're like, even though this happened to you within the last decade, you wouldn't get it, man. And you gotta just be like, okay. Whatever you say. Soon I'll be 60? Not soon. Well, I don't know how old you are, but statistically, probably not soon. But sooner than you think, man. You start doing, like, you know the workplace math? It starts to work against you at a certain point. Now, if you don't know what workplace math is, it's when you get to work and you get really good at doing the 12 times tables. So you work like an 8-hour shift. You're like, okay, every hour is like 12.5% of my workday. Oh shit, I haven't even taken a bathroom break, and I've been at work for 2 hours. That's 25% of my workday done. In 25% more of my workday, I'm gonna be 50% done, and then I'll take lunch. Lunch takes up another 6.25%, and then pretty much the day's already over by that point. The downside of that is that you start to do that math when you get older about yourself, though. Like, I turned 37 tomorrow. That means I've been an adult for 19 years. 19 years after 37. Damn, I'm gonna be 56, man. And honestly, like, obviously it didn't go by in the blink of an eye, because it's been a while since 2006. But when you look back, it kind of feels like it's gone by in the blink of an eye. So you gotta, that's why I want to tell you every day that you're going to die. And you should start every day. What should I have for lunch today? Well, one day I'm going to die. That doesn't mean you should have chocolate cake for lunch, but it does mean that you should, in aggregate, acknowledge that one day you won't be here anymore, and use that as the guiding principle for long-term decision-making in your life. Do you also tell that to your child? Don't compare yourself to my child. You literally have like a master's degree, you overeducated motherfucker. She's in senior kindergarten right now. Bento boxes, kind of adult Lunchables. We should do a fantasy draft of the bento box. Best part of the bento box, and you have to, if you have to take it in aggregate, I take the teriyaki chicken. Second, I take the tempura. But if I could choose more specifically, the older I get, I'm not virtue signaling, I swear. The older I get, the more I gravitate towards the tempura sweet potato, even over the shrimp. I like the tempura shrimp, But over time, I'm like, it's just starting to feel like a little too oily to me. And the sweet potato just feels right, man. You get the crispiness of the tempura, but also it's not like absolutely saturated in oil. But I'd probably take the shrimp soon after. For some reason, I'm still not at the level where I truly love the pumpkin yet. The sweet potato I can fuck with. The pumpkin I eat, you know, with reticence. And then it's gotta, I don't know, man. After that, I'd probably go the fuck-ass instant miso soup after that. And then maybe the strange Japanese salad, like straight out of the refrigerator with the orange dressing on it. And then I'm sorry to do this. For me, the bottom of the bento box is the 4-piece California roll that came off of somebody else's plate that they didn't eat. And I'm a sushi liker, and I don't even mind the California roll that much, but the bento box California roll is uninspiring. Let's see what librarian said. My only friend. Indonesia is so Japan poison, they have a whole restaurant chain that's just bento boxes. I think that's kind of all right though, man. I'll be honest with Kate and I were talking about it, and I'm just gonna own this. I would love to not bring this up and just pretend to know everything. But Kate was asking me like what I know about Indonesia, and I was drawing such a huge blank that it was literally like embarrassing. So what did I say? I said islands, lots of people, and I don't know if this is true, but I think I said that the majority religion is Muslim. Those are the 3 things that I think I know about Indonesia. Correct. All correct so far. But to be honest with you, and this is not like, I'm not proud of my ignorance. I'm embarrassed by my ignorance. I feel like for a country with so many people, I should know more about it. You know the capital? Yeah, Jakarta. But that doesn't, like, listen. We're all neurotypical here. Don't exchange having, like, a fact locked into your brain for having, like, an intimate knowledge of what's actually happening over there, like how people are living their lives and stuff. Unfortunately for that, you actually have to like make eye contact and ask people questions. Don't get the hate for avocado toast. Put an egg on top and it's fantastic. Time traveling AI chatter from 2013 in the chat. What the hell's going on, man? What are we doing here? I love being told that the bit is good because they gave me something good in the game afterwards. How late into the night before you say fuck it and just stay up all night? I'm gonna be honest with you, that like it's gotta be really bad. That hasn't happened to me probably like in a long time. I think scientifically it's probably better to get like 1 minute of sleep than to get no sleep, but I think that's also unrealistic. I think that there's a line you can cross. Let's call it the fuck-ass threshold. And the line is not based on time. It's a formula that is a composite of how much remaining time you have to sleep and how pissed off you are. Because the more pissed off you are that you haven't fallen asleep, the harder it's going to be to get to sleep. Ergo, the earlier you can pull the ripcord and be like, okay, I'm just going to be productive instead. If you have 2 hours of sleep remaining and you're not pissed off, try to go to sleep. If you have 2 hours of sleep to go, but you've been in bed for 6 hours trying to fall asleep to no avail, at that point you might hit the fuck-ass threshold of over 1, at which point you can make the decision to be like, okay, well tomorrow's gonna be fucked anyway, I might as well enjoy myself a little bit before the alarm goes off. But I do also think, well, no, I'm gonna make people mad. I should just learn to shut my mouth. I was gonna say, if this ever happens to you, like this can happen to you in a situation where like you had to take a family member to the emergency room or something like that. But if this happens to you like on the regular with no inciting incident, you need to like explore your own behavior, because that seems like a failure to plan. It shouldn't be happening very often, I think. You're the guy I baited. And you're still typing. Oh, shit. Happy Thanksgiving. 2025 basically over. Yeah, we go again. Probably. This clip will be funny if I die. See you guys. Streamer's last words are very ironic. See you guys in 2026. Bro didn't know he was gonna die on New Year's Eve. Dumbass. Never liked him anyway. Always got bad vibes. Always got some bad vibes from him. Always acting like he's better than everybody else. Bro, do you know how much better it would be for me if I wasn't smug? If I could turn this shit off, I fucking would, bro! That's how you know I'm being authentic. I know when I'm saying the shit that it's gonna rub you the wrong way. I just don't know how to stop. He was always kind of weird. I am, like, listen, it's a Twitch real world dichotomy. I'm perhaps moderately idiosyncratic, but not insanely idiosyncratic on a normie level, which makes me on this website the most normal man that has ever existed, to an extent at least. Neurotypicals sound off? Bro, they are not here. They are not here. They're getting radicalized by AI shit on YouTube Shorts right now. We are better than them. We will save the world. It's up to us. We're God's chosen people. Sorry, I'm becoming a cult leader. We're God's chosen people. Me, most of all. Most people just trying to live their lives. Yeah, I do believe that, but I do also believe that 1 in 8 people would hit you with their car if they thought they would get to work 5 minutes faster. Well, not to work, but to the store. But the other 7 are mostly chill. In aggregate, at least. Broadly speaking. How many Alanis's did you know in high school? I was slightly too young, but definitely I had friends who had older siblings who were a little Alanis coded. In Ontario, in like 1997, there were a lot of Alanis phenotypes milling about for sure. How about Shania? I'm sure there's a lot of Shanias out there. I don't know what else to say, really. Again, when Shania Twain was at the height of her popularity, I was in like the 5th grade. So people were still wearing like shirts to school that had like a bunch of mice on them, and then it said like Mice Girls. So no one was really copying her look or anything like that. That sounds sick as fuck. I mean, it's pretty cool. You had the Mice Girls, the Cat Street Boys. I don't know what the NSYNC one was. You're actually spitting. There's a lot of Avril Lavigne's running around in high school, for sure. There were a ton. It's NSTINK and it's a bunch of skunks. Listen, that's really good. I don't even know what to say about that. You sidelined the whole bit and you deserve to. Did you have that CSS teacher that dated Shania? Yo, there's a CSS teacher at BCIT that dated Shania? Was it Jason? Jason was always full of stories. Hang on, I'm committing your username to memory. And I believe Jason taught Intro to Web Dev, which had like JavaScript and CSS. What's crazy too is that you're like, why are you calling him Jason? Because I was in night class, bro. We were all adults. I didn't want to harsh the vibe by being like I'm fucking like 31. Mr. blah blah. Like we're peers, bro. No, Jason was the hustler. He was always I think one time in class he was like, I have a student who's 17 and he has like 90 businesses. And I felt like everybody in the class was like, whoa. And I was like, no, that sucks, man. There's no way he could be given those all the amount of time that they need to run efficiently. Doesn't make any sense. I also remember my intro to Java teacher telling me that after you finish this class, you could start applying for jobs. And I was like, that's crazy. And after I finished the class, we were writing code in fucking BlueJ, bro. No, you cannot apply for a software development job after one class where you programmed in BlueJ. You mean IntelliJ? No, man. I mean BlueJ, like the visual programmer for Java. We moved off of that real quick. Now you're gonna say to NetBeans, right? And then I gotta hit you with the, I was an Eclipse, Andy. I'm sorry to say. Were you learning about interfaces? Yeah, like the intermediate Java class, it got into like interfaces and then UI stuff in Java, which like having, I will say it was not the worst programming class I ever took. The worst programming class I ever took was iOS development in Swift. I think Swift 3 had just come out at the time. It was like 2015 or 2016. And now I just could not wrap my head around Swift. But luckily our professor, because like the whole class was based on essentially one final project, our professor said as long as your final project like boots on an iOS device, you're okay. So we just built like a little game in Unity and everything was fine. So I basically did not have to do any programming in Swift to get a good grade in my Swift class, which doesn't really make sense, but he was chill for that one. I think also it might also just be that after like 7 years of no, I guess it was like 3 or 4 years, but after 3 or 4 years of just doing assignments in different languages, I was like, maybe I don't really want to learn how to like make a Roman numeral converter in another language. Like that's, I'm just not. We've done it, man. It's like I've done it. I know what to do. I know the trick. And it takes so long, because you're like, okay, if the fucking string is an I, return 1. If it's I, return 2. If it's I, return 3. Like, damn, it takes fucking forever to program, man. Just busy work. Yee! Wow! I can't take that no matter what it is. Don't even re-roll it. I guess it's Chibley's bit to say. I shouldn't be complaining about my lot in life, because did you know in New Zealand you have to pay rent fortnightly? You actually pay weekly? In Australia you pay fortnightly? When you pay a cost monetarily, there's a cost emotionally too. You feel pain. Some of the pain is variable. The more money you're paying, the more pain you feel, but some of the pain is fixed. Even if you are just paying someone $2.50, the fixed cost of paying money doesn't change. So making you pay rent 4 times a month instead of once a month is multiplying the pain for no reason, man. That being said, it is a very nice thing to do, because I think if you pay your rent weekly, that means your landlord can pay their mortgage weekly, which means over the lifetime of their loan, they're gonna pay a little, markedly, but not that much markedly, but markedly less interest. So they're gonna, you know what, maybe it's selfless. Maybe you're doing your landlord a solid. You can just think of it that way if it makes it easier to stomach. W landlord. Oh man. Lions just made a touchdown. Is it a bank holiday in England? Why are you talking like that? Manchester United? Yeah, you bet they did. To throw piss on each other at the Oasis concert. Because that's what they do at Oasis concerts, apparently? Huh? Libby, I didn't invent this. I read online that if you go to an Oasis concert, expect to have piss thrown on you. It's true. Why? I don't know if it's an Oasis thing or it's just like a few bad actors at British concerts have set the precedent that you're gonna get covered in piss at the concert. One of the first gigs I went to, people throw cups of piss from the back of the crowd. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I'm not saying they pull their cocks out and piss on you. That's profane. But people fill beer cups with piss and then throw them at you. Drunk people piss in a cup and then throw it. It's true. It's a wild world out there. Stay safe. They do that shit to me at the Destroyer concert. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Orpheum's gonna be stunned in silence. Is it normal for Eminem to rap at the halftime in a football game? Only, well, I mean, he's from Detroit and the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, so that makes a certain degree of sense. But no, I would say not normal. Normally they have someone bad playing. I like the Detroit Lions. I can see that they're trying to beat the Packers. This game costs a lot of smackers to go and be in the stands. I'm the band. It's crazy how Eminem is one of those artists, and it happens all the time, but it's crazy that it happened to him, where they started, the first music that they made was like the worst music they ever made, and it just got better. That's true, practice makes perfect. This is rage bait? It's not rage bait. I love Eminem's most recent album, The Eminem Show. Although, to be honest, I don't think he should have collabed with Triumph the insult comic dog on ass like that. And I think it's beneath him to say, the way she move it, it makes my pee-pee go ba-boing, boing, boing. I don't think he should have said all that. I think he might have jumped the shark a little bit when he started to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression in like every song. Wait, we could do Boss Rush. This could be huge for me. But you know what? It was the 2000s. That's kind of what we were doing back then. We were prank calling our friends, and they would be like, "Who's this?" And then we press a button. It would go, "I'm a cop, you idiot." And then they would go, "Oh, the Arnold soundboard." And we would go, "Bro, he totally buys it." We fucking got him, man. Hopping in Ventrilo with the Jack Black soundtrack. I was thinking you could write a Steely Dan Do It Again parody about making a second Minecraft movie. And it starts from the chorus. You get Jack Black and do it again. And then you just write the rest like around that. Was the chicken jockey in the game before the movie? Or is the chicken jockey like a movie invention that they've since added to the game? Or is it not even in the game? Chicken jockey's real, it's in the game. It's a rare mob in the game. Is it like really tough? Like if you knew Minecraft and you saw the chicken jockey on the screen, would you be like, oh fuck, this shit's about to get crazy? Not at all. So it just has like the same HP as like a normal zombie? You can one-shot it? What the fuck? I thought it would be like fighting a wither or something like that at least. Is Minecraft nothing is tough? Bro, the Ender Dragon is tough. Also, like, it did take me until like 2022 to find out that you can actually like kill Endermen. I honestly, every time I saw one, I just got so scared that I never tried to like hit it with my sword or anything. I was like, this guy has like supernatural powers. What do you mean you can kill him with a sword? The bro can bend space-time to teleport. Your daughter playing Minecraft yet? No, honestly, I think any other parents want to back me up on this. I'm not saying we're past peak video games, but she doesn't have as much of an interest. Like when she gets screen time, she likes video games, but she doesn't really want to play games. It's like, I made a Faustian bargain in like 2011 and now I'm paying the price. YouTube has just outcompeted absolutely everything in the battle for mindshare. Like rather than play video games, she would rather watch someone play video games on YouTube. When I talk about this with other parents, they're like, exactly the same thing is happening to them. Which is crazy to me, and trust me, I understand the irony. Which is why it just further, for me, reinforces the idea that none of you are real, and I am the only real person, because, like, all these broad macro trends have unique significance to me that you could not possibly relate to. Can I say something crazy? If I have one complaint about Thanksgiving, and for the record, I don't, but we have to farm some engagement, so if I did have a complaint about Thanksgiving, I guess my complaint would have to be that it doesn't feel like you're eating awesome food. It feels like you're eating an awesome meal by eating a lot of foods that are pretty good. Every time I eat a Thanksgiving dinner, I'm not like, wow, all these foods are awesome. I'm like, wow, it's so nice to have a lot of pretty good foods on my plate. The turkey's pretty good. The mashed potatoes are great. Sweet potatoes are nice. Are you fucking me, you motherfucker? Locked chest inside of a locked chest like some kind of fucking master lock Matrushka doll? Stop talking about the game. Sorry. My bad. Oh, yo, you motherfucker. You thought you were hard. Guess what? Fucking justice card, bitch. Oh, give me your treasure. The pearl in the oyster. You can call me the fucking mantis shrimp, the way I just cracked open the bivalve. That's huge, man. God damn it. Why are you rooting for my downfall? We're friends. Oh, it's because the more success I have in this domain, the less I need you. Of course. That makes perfect sense, actually. Sorry I asked. Okay. Thanksgiving may be like the #1 day of the year to eat like 3 bread rolls that aren't actually that good. But like, sometimes just eating shitty bread because you're bored is kind of the vibe. My family does collard greens. It's great. Not me, living my whole life being told by everyone that collard greens are disgusting, and then eating them for the first time, like within the past 5 years, and being like, these taste like every other green leafy vegetable that's been sauteed in delicious stuff, i.e. it tastes good as fuck. I don't know what the hell they were on, man. They wanted the greens dead. They didn't know what they were talking about. This brought to you by the same motherfuckers who tried to tell us that broccoli is disgusting. Night swimming deserves a quiet night. You're so true! So true, REM poster, so true. The photograph on the dashboard type shit taken years ago, turn around backwards so the windshield shows. Every streetlight reveals a picture in reverse, but still it's so much clearer. I forgot my shirt at the water's motherfucking edge. The moon is low tonight. Kory's the weird one, right? Kory's the weird one for not knowing the words to songs that he's heard. If you hear it one time, you don't know the words. You probably don't even remember the tune. You might be able to recognize the tune, but you wouldn't be able to know the tune. No, you're the weird one. I'm the weird one for knowing the words to songs. When almost all songs that we listen to are just full of words. Some people don't care. I don't give a fuck, bro. They just get remembered. I don't know what to tell you. It's a passive buff. We're all debuffed? Well, whose fault is that, bro? Okay, George W. Bush. Probably, depending on how old you are. George W. Bush. And some people don't. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal because he thinks I hate him for checking to see if he's a real Bell and Sebastian listener by seeing, like if I said pack one, pick a song off If You're Feeling Sinister, and he says some shit like Mike Piazza, New York Catcher, I'd be like, bro, that's on Dear Catastrophe Waitress. Are you fucking with me right now? You said Fox in the Snow? Yeah, but you can't, but that's not the best song. And it's not even the best song in the band, man. I would accept Stars of Track and Field. I'd accept the title track. I'd accept Seeing Other People. I'd accept, I'd accept Judy and the Dream of Horses, for sure. You said it's the worst? Okay. I think, and this is a tough choice. It's a top 10 album for me, and it's not 10. It actually might be like 17th, but it's up there. Worst song on If You're Feeling Sinister? I might go Mayfly. It's a cute song, but it's kind of like within the context of the album, it's kind of a nothing burger. Mayfly is the worst song. Mayfly's not that good. Oh, and I was losing them and I got them all back. I got them all back. Holy cow. I passed the QTE and chose the right song. Never seen such a passion for Bell and Sebastian. Well, obviously, you didn't have fucking thick glasses in 2003, because there were lots of us. Maybe not lots, but there was... I wasn't the only one, let's put it that way. What's that sound? I don't know. I got scared, man. I got so scared I started craving a big cookie from a coffee shop. Next time I'm on a Disney cruise, I'm gonna start... I'm telling you 100%, I did irreparable damage to... You need this context for the punchline. I did irreparable damage to my brain when I was on the Disney cruise in Europe, and I'll tell you why. Now I can spot a British person at the coffee bar with 100% authority without even hearing them speak. And you're gonna possibly be like, no you can't, we blend in. No you fucking don't. No you fucking don't. And I'll tell you why. You guys go crazy. British person at the coffee bar making tea, obviously, has the same vibe as like 10-year-old American kid at the KFC soda fountain. Like they don't just pick a tea bag, put the tea bag in the cup, fill it up with hot water, put a little bit of milk and honey in it. Like they got like an order and a process. They go like, pick the tea bag, Put the milk in first, put a little bit of water in it, put a little honey, stir it first, put a sugar in it, throw the stir stick in the garbage, put a little bit more water in it, look for another tea bag, do they have any chai sprinkles to put on top, put another tea bag, put another milk, put some honey in, put some more hot water in, give it another stir. I gotta work on my tone though. I was gonna say I'm gonna start being like, where in England are you from? Hey, where in England are you from? In my head they're gonna be like, how did you know I was from England? And then I could be like, I didn't, baby. You just told me. But they're probably gonna be like, do I know you? And then I'm gonna go, no, but I really noticed the idiosyncratic way you make tea and thought you must be from England. And they're gonna be like, get away from me. Fuck, I'm normal, I'm normal. I mean, fuck, I'm normal. You're the ones listening to the Coldplay. Fuck you, man. I'm not gonna, you want me to fucking apologize? You're eating chow mein on top of french fries, bro. I'm not gonna fucking apologize to you. Are you daft? I'm actually getting pissed off. I gotta stop. I've created a straw man so successful it's actually pissing me off. We're just gonna ask his opinion about every indie rock artist? Bro, I'm out of stuff to talk about. We already did the Thanksgiving sides draft. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say. They should make a Patti Smith apple. Where my horse's head's at. Let's do the apple to classic rock connection. Big overlap in the demos between classic rock and the people who like to eat apples. I've noticed. Good, I used all my bombs and now there's a tinted rock. I guess I'll just fucking fuck myself. Did you guys see that in Vancouver there's a big controversy? I'm really grasping at straws. A radio station here does a contest where they play a sound and you have to guess what the sound is. If you guess it right, you win $100,000, by the way. And the sound is like this. The sound is like... And then people will call in and go like, opening dish soap. And they're like, wrong, fucking idiot. Not even close. So this went on for like 4 months or something. And then somebody called in, and I never heard the sound, I only saw the backlash, only saw the drama. Somebody called in and said, the spout on the laundry detergent bottle returning to its normal position after dispensing the soap. And they went, you've won $100,000. Good for her, right? Wrong, idiot. Because like 4 days before that, somebody had called in and said, the sound when you press the button on the laundry detergent that makes the spout pop out. And they went, no shot, bro. Not even close. So now the whole city is embroiled in an argument about whether the person A should have won or person B should have won. Person B was more specific, but person A, you have to press the button in order to produce the sound from the spout going back into the laundry detergent. This is going to be big for you, librarian, I can tell. $105 likes. Here, they're recording the sound. Okay, but where's the I want the drama. Can I click on these without having an Instagram account? Which actor actress gives the best performances consistently? Let's see the comments here. Number 1, Tom Hanks. Yeah, he was great in Here. Okay, for me, I'm a sucker for Jason Statham movies. This will show you the average. I'm so rude. The average IQ of radio listeners. I'm not diluting the purity of thought that came to me. Okay, but that's not very nice. Well, Tom Hanks again, Tom Hardy, Denzel Washington, yes. So Jason Bateman clapping emoji, yes. Well, you know what? They're very right. Jason Bateman does give very consistent performances. He plays the same guy in everything. So technically, I think you might be a fucking genius for that one. I should go back in. Oh, I can't even blow it up. Give me this then. Radio's broken. My girlfriend and I win free shit all the time. We're going to Disneyland for free next week. That's actually huge. It actually is free. I've won I think in my entire life I've won 3 or 4 radio contests because I just feel like there ain't. And this was in the 2000s, man. But like nowadays, nobody's got to be calling in for that shit. I won tickets to North by Northeast on the Queen's University radio station once for answering a skill testing question that was not skill testing at all. I won a pizza from Godfather's Pizza for calling a radio station, and get this, the trivia question you had to answer was give a wrong answer to this question. And then they said, name 3 things you'd take to the beach. So I said like, a winter jacket, like, I just said some shit that made like no sense at all. And they were like, you won a free pizza. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I swear to you, I must have been like 14 or 15. I called the radio station because the trivia question was, what does number 2 say that the factory that they have in Austin Powers makes? And I called in and I went, pack 1, pick 1, miniature versions of factories. And they went, holy shit, you're the smartest person that has ever phoned into a radio contest in history. Why does Dan hate Austin Powers? Can I say that Dan hating Austin Powers is really funny, but him saying that he doesn't like it because he doesn't like British humor is actually a sentence that goes hard as fuck. And I shouldn't have to explain why, but it's a really great reply to not liking Austin Powers. And I don't know, I think that he knows that it's really funny, but whether he does or he doesn't, it's really, really good. Never losing in this game is so much fun. Fuck you! I'm gonna fucking die! You're actually insanely good at this game. It's kind of funny. Like, it doesn't matter, but it is kind of funny that, like, this is my game. You're right, definitely should have stuck with Book of Revelations. I'm fucked. The room that fucking kills you. Okay, good. The room that fucking kills you. Fantastic. Are you pleased? Well, I gotta... Okay, listen. Here's the thing. I gotta run one back because you can't end an Isaac session on a loss. Otherwise, you'll never play the game again. And we tried that. It doesn't work. God damn it. You still don't get it after all this time. Good games are not good games on this website. Mindless games are good games on this website. The best thing that you can do on this website, the best game you can play on this website is watch TV. That's the best video game that's ever been made for Twitch. The second best is The Binding of Isaac. I'm starting to agree with you, to be honest. I mean, be so fucking for real with me right now. What stream are you more likely to click on? NL is playing Arc Raiders for the first time. Get in here, drops enabled. Or NL's watching season 13 of 90 Day Fiancé and calling everyone stupid. Arc Raiders for sure, you're an NPC. Sorry, I don't use that term lightly. We're watching the episode where that guy goes to Russia to meet his fiance, and then he waits in the town square for like 4 hours, and then she never shows up.
I've been waiting for Lana to show up since 2 p.m. And I'm starting to get nervous that all of this was for nothing. I don't have internet access in the restaurant, so I can't send her instant messages to find out what's going on. If she just meets me for 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes longer than I've ever spent with her before. She's not gonna show up. It's just like at the train station. How could she do this to me again?
And then he goes back to his hotel and calls her and is like, you didn't show up? And she's like, oh, sorry, I forgot. She does show up. Doesn't he? He has to call her or something. He has to call her and be like, we're supposed to meet today. I flew to Russia to see you. And then she's like, oh, that's right. Or something like that. All who is against the queen will die. Larissa, my goat. Do you like video games? Yeah. My favorite game is Bloodborne. I forgot about that one. That's an all-time great 90 Day Fiancé moment.
My favorite game is Bloodborne. Have you ever played?
Bloodborne?
Yeah.
No.
Never?
What is that?
You need to like build Your character, it's incredible. You should have a try.
She's a little, the way she describes the game is a little insane. She does, like, and the fact that the other guys don't know what Bloodborne is also crazy. But then her saying it's a game where you have to build your character. It's not maybe how I would have, but she's doing improv, to be fair, so she probably didn't expect to be called on it. She's literally right. I mean, I guess you do kind of build your character, but it's not like, it's not the most identifying characteristic of Bloodborne. It's like the interdimensional insects and stuff like that. Bro, you made up that Pimp My Ride Evanescence thing. I can't find it. Librarian, go on Plex and go legally get MTV Plus or whatever. It's probably Paramount Plus. Find the episode of Pimp My Ride where Exhibit is, I don't know what car it is, okay? But I swear to you, he's pimping a girl's ride, and in the glove compartment she has Evanescence lyrics, and he purposely reads them wrong so that he thinks that it's like her poetry. He reads, "Wake up inside me." What? And he does the, you know, the Exhibit look at the camera?
Some lyrics? Some lyrics! How can you see into my eyes like open doors? Heating you down into my love. Wake up inside me.
Pimp My Ride is like, I didn't know it at the time. It's gotta be the most 2003 show that's ever existed. You ever see the one where this can't be real? You ever see the one where they put a slot machine on a guy's door and you have to win the slot machine to open the door? That's so fucking funny, man. They were just doing anything on that show. They did not give a fuck. It's the only door handle ever invented that's worse than the door handle on Tesla Model 3. Holy cow.
Now the slot machine door is ready to play. Let's see if I'm a big winner. Come on, big winner, big winner, big winner, big winner. Woo! Man might need a new pair of shoes. Hit my ride, hit my ride. Hit. Open the door. Yeah.
They have to be DMCAing Pimp My Ride, right? Otherwise, every single channel on this website would just be doing Pimp My Ride reacts all day, every day. Like it's reverse Lindy, man. The fact that it doesn't exist means it must be bad. You seen the video of the crackhead doing a backflip off of a 2-story building yet? Brother, I have not seen a video, I think, in probably 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm willing to change that based on the description. Don't even tell me nothing else about this. I don't want to know if he sticks the landing. Because in my head, I'm picturing a guy on top of a building, and he goes like, woohoo! And then he backflips, and as he backflips, in my head, he's grabbing like the back of his thighs, almost like an Olympic diver that's pulling their legs to generate more force, and he sticks the landing perfectly. This is from 13 years ago. Crackhead does backflip off of 2-story house for $1. It strikes me as a little exploitative. Let me play this without sound on for a second here. So he's on the house. He does not look as sure-footed as I thought he would. He does not look confident in his abilities at all. I feel like I may be about to watch a man break his neck. He's taking 20 seconds to size up the jump. He knows it's a bad idea. He still has not bent his knees to initiate the jumping motion. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Oh, do not watch that. Man, that's so insanely fucked up. That's not okay. Oh, you gotta show that to Sips, man. You gotta show it to Sips. Sips is gonna lose his mind. shit. Is he okay? I mean, he gets up, but he does not land the jump. He more like makes contact, but oh. It is crazy. Well, the thing that makes it so funny is that I had no confidence in him at the start of, when he was on the roof. I had no confidence in him. He did not look like he believed in himself. But then he's so fucking graceful when he flipped that it actually, for a split second, I forgot. I forgot that physics existed, and there's no way this could possibly end positively. Like, he flipped so well. Holy cow, that is a great video. That is an all-time... That video should not exist, and the person who filmed it is a very bad person. But by releasing the video, they have brought a lot of joy into the world. You know what? You're right. He actually did land in one of the best ways you could. He didn't land in the best way, but it could have been a lot worse. You're not wrong for that one. Dude, please be safe is so good, too. Oh. That's dude, you guys, I'm saying it because I care. Stop watching so many videos and save your video budget for those ones, man. Trust me. That's what it's all about. Holy cow. No, dog, but it's so good. I mean, someone's gotta, take the hit to find the video to begin with, but you gotta watch it with sound. I took one look at the video and I said, there's probably about a 75% chance that they're gonna say something that I don't wanna hear on my stream. So I made a tactical executive decision to mute it in advance, and you're telling me they don't, which is nice, but I don't feel comfortable playing it because the video is really exploitative, but I would be lying to you if I didn't say that it's incredibly funny. The video's like 13 years old. That's why I thought they were gonna say some stuff that was gonna get me in trouble, man. Also, I don't believe that video is 13 years old. I believe it was uploaded 13 years ago, but we had better cameras than that in 2012. 2012 was 13 years ago? Yeah. I bet that made you feel old as fuck if you're like 25 now. You're like, oh fuck, I was 12 then? Yeah, bro, get used to it. They were probably saying that shit back in like year 6. Bro, 10 years ago? 10 years ago it was fucking 4 BC. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, I'm old. 10 years ago we were still counting backwards, man. Now we're... Bro, remember when the years used to go down? That must have been a hell of a programming problem back then. Oh yeah, by the way, in 10 years, time's gonna start moving in the opposite way. Ooh. Better get out the hammers and chisels, antediluvian computer programmers. You got some work to cut out for you. Holy cow, you're gonna be busy. Wife bought a new PC, now she's playing Deadlock. That's okay, I think that's fine. She can play whatever she wants to play. Plus, unlike me, she's actually like good at Deadlock, so like it's less catastrophic for her to play. How'd she get it with the RAM prices? I kid you not. Well, like, okay, so it's a really funny series of events. She did a sponsored stream for that game that was like Where the Winds Meet or whatever, the Chinese Dark Souls one. The game did not run well for her, which made her convinced that she needed a new PC, or at least an upgrade, which I think is fair. But if you look at it in the worst faith way possible, essentially that sponsored deal ended up costing me like thousands of dollars, which is not really a fair appraisal of the way that the events went down, because you're gonna need new hardware at some point. But is kind of the way it went down in the short term, yes. People are buying a boat in that game for 60 grand. By boat standard, by digital good standards, that's very expensive. By boat standards, pretty cheap, honestly. I upgraded my video card to play Starfield. Oh man, that one stings. I don't know, Starfield for me, it feels like the Jurassic World movies after the first one. I don't think that, like, they've been completely wiped from cultural memory, man. Like, it's just, people waited so long for it to come out. And then I remember, wasn't it like a year ago? I was like, has Starfield come out yet? And then people were like, yeah, it's been out for 2 years. Like, listen, I don't hate you for this. One in chat if you bought the Outer Worlds too. This is a safe place, you can admit it. What's your beef? My beef is that I played all of the Outer Worlds 1. It's a good game. I believe that you believe that. I'm gonna buy it, I heard it's good. 2 is slightly better. Do they have more agonizing moral choices, such as are you gonna side with the good guys or the bad guys? Yes? I gotta check that out, man. You played the whole game, really? It was 2018, I was still finding myself, man. I was still finding myself until probably like a couple months ago, if I had to guess. You know what game I think made me find myself? Sisyphus. I think I finally figured out who the fuck I am playing Sisyphus. I was a different beast by the end of that game than I was at the start. I think it indelibly changed me for the better. What about Trickshot Sim? Trickshot Sim, well, like, Sisyphus made the dough, Trickshot Sim baked it. And now we need another game to make it set on the windowsill and have the smell lines come out so that like a cartoon skunk starts to float when they smell it. You could play Baby Steps, it's kind of like Sisyphus. You don't get it. Do you understand the innate humor of the sentence, it's kind of like Sisyphus? Are you looking for a new Sisyphus? You understand? I didn't say that. I'm saying that you said that. I've had multiple women tell me I would be a good father. Ghibli, who's gonna tell him? When you're in your early 20s, if a woman tells you you'd be a good father, that's an L. You're out, bro. You're on the outside looking in. At that age, you want a woman to tell you you're gonna be a horrible father. You are too irresponsible to take care of a human life. And because I'm 21, I think that's awesome. What about late 20s? It varies, I guess. It varies. Isn't Chib almost 30 though? No, he's 27. That can't be almost 30 because then 37 would be almost 40 and I'm turning 37 tomorrow and I'm not almost 40. He's 28? Oh, never mind. But if I may, Chibli's already kind of like, don't get me wrong, he's had some 20s experiences. But he's already, he's begun the transition to the 30s, which is necessary and graceful. Like he's way ahead of the average late 20s man at becoming a 30s man. He's like buying furniture and stuff like that. He's buying appliances for his house. He cares about the decor of his apartment. That's like 23 now. Really? People aren't rocking like the cardboard box TV stand until they're like 27? I'm 23 and I do that? What the fuck did they do to us, man? You're supposed to be sitting on cardboard boxes until you get married. I slept on a mattress on the floor until I was 29. W, man, that's a huge dub. Quit making growing up your wife's responsibility. It's literally her responsibility, because like, if it weren't for her, if she was chill with sleeping in a mattress on the floor with no box spring, we'd still be doing that. That's why it's her responsibility, bro. We're actually gonna win this. This is so fucked up. Boo-hoo, you got Ipecac? Why do you hate me, librarian? Why do you hate me? I literally thought we were friends. Millennial bonding? It's not millennial bonding to say I hate you for being successful. You're just supposed to like call my sexuality into question. That's millennial bonding, bro. And by the way, it's not progressive now, but it was progressive back then. Because if you questioned male boomer sexuality, you were getting into a fist fight. But if you're millennial and your friend questioned your sexuality, you would just say, it takes one to know one. You would say some shit, you wouldn't get into fisticuffs over it. It was progressive back then. Oh, good. I walked into him and took damage. Because I'm stupid. Great. Not you too. I think I'm just gonna... Okay, I hate that I have to ask this question. Because I have an item that heals me randomly, can I just stand still until I heal? Yep. I don't have to move around or anything. I could just stand still. It's a 50% chance every minute. It literally just worked when I wasn't paying attention. Oh, shit. Yo, Guiga, you here? Oh, no, it's actual Thanksgiving. Whoa, oh, fuck. Jahmyr Gibbs likely ending with 68 rushing yards, 3 catches for 18 yards, 0 touchdowns, 11.6 fantasy. You know what? 11.6... That's not an all-star performance, obviously, but I can't be that mad at the Gibbsler for that. I mean, you can only do, you know, what you're given. You can only work with what you're given, bro. I can't be that mad about that. Who else do you have today? Who else plays today? Chiefs and Cowboys. I got Mahomes in one league. And George Pickens, my GOAT! Guys, be so fucking for real with me. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind if both Olave and Jalen Waddle are out for Saints-Dolphins. Both the Saints and the Dolphins are so ass, and I have Waddle and Olave, and they're both questionable. Don't lie to me, Walt. They gotta play. They gotta play. Have you seen Drunk Guy Fights Refrigerator and Loses? It's a classic. Literally one of my favorite videos of all time. And it's great because it's an epic. Like, it's like maybe 13 minutes long. It's the guy who... it's the video... I got a lot of opinions on this. You've waddled away into a discussion about a video that I got a lot of thoughts on. Because I've seen it 150 times all the way through. He's clearly not drunk. I think that anybody who's been drunk could tell you, you can't be as drunk as this guy without being dead. He's clearly on some kind of tranquilizer. He's on like a ketamine or something like that. And he's trying to buy beer at the gas station. And he just can't seem to do it. And it really is an all-timer. I highly recommend it. Have you seen Kato caught slipping? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a different vid. That one's also good. Oh shit, we're talking about 2 different videos. My bad. Wait, Rare Chibli linked a video. Kato caught slipping. A child with a mustard bottle has opened the loudest door of all time. There is someone sleeping on a couch. Appears to be maybe an older relative of the child. They're squirting the mustard all over him. He's got mustard in his eyes. He's still sleeping. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know how much more I want to watch, but that is really good, man. That is really good. That's really good. It gets so much better.
Shit, get the fuck wrong. Man, push fuck that. Man, where that shit at? Get the fuck down, bro. Oh, fuck. Hey, what the hell out of here? Fuck that. I'm gonna beat that bitch ass.
Oh, that's so good, man. That's so good. I've never seen that before in my life. It's so good. Holy cow. Oh my God. Serious? I swear it to you. It was, well, this one was uploaded 3 years ago. Oh, he pours so much mustard on his, I'm gonna assume that's his stepdad, maybe? Pours so much mustard on his stepdad's face, man. The sound he makes are so good. Oh shit. God damn. You know he was dreaming about something crazy, man. Holy cow. That's up there. That's a great video. Holy cow. My throat hurts, man. Caught slipping is crazy too. Bro was just asleep. Like it wasn't like I mean he wasn't doing anything wrong that I could tell. At least they didn't show it in the video. His fault. Favorite E-Bombs World video? I like the one where guy they fill a cantaloupe with gasoline and then light it on fire and hit it with a baseball bat and it explodes maybe with 100 times more magnitude than anybody probably would have expected. Guy hits honeydew melon that's on fire with baseball bat, fail.
This is Phil Salisi's with the baseball bat about to blow the honeydew up. And there it goes on fire.
They're in sandals, man.
Damn Skippy, I'm ready.
Damn Skippy, I'm ready. Is this Mormon cinema?
Oh, shit!
Oh, dude, take me back! The guy who hits it with a baseball bat actually explodes in a fireball. But he is okay. He just, like, jumps the right way to extinguish the fire. Like, I know soft-ass Gen Z, if they saw their friend explode in a fireball, they would be like, oh my god, are you okay? Not us, man. Dude filming in the driver's seat, certified born in, like, 1983. He was just going... He didn't give a fuck, man. Stop talking about the crackhead video. To be honest, I don't even feel 100% comfortable saying the word crackhead. Like, it's sweet. We've moved past it. It's just because they use crackhead in the video title that I feel like it would be worse to not say crackhead. Like, I don't know what word to use, okay? I'm the guy who is suffering from substance abuse problem doesn't really feel like it's got the right vibe. Don't say connoisseur. I'm just saying he's more than that. He clearly also has, like, some formal cheerleading or gymnastics training. Yes! You know what, dude? There's some old internet video. Look, it's a little boomer core. But there are some old internet videos that are really good. When the guy with the nunchucks tries to do the backflip. It's so old, man. The guy is doing like an audition tape and he tries to do a backflip and then he smashes his head on the ground and he gets up and he does the nunchucks and falls over. Oh, man. Favorite Christmas dessert? I don't know. Something peppermint. You guys been going to La Glacé lately? They got the Christmas flavors back up. Gingerbread, peppermint bark. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an ice cream store in Vancouver that is like 150 square feet. It's there's never been a more, and it has one location. There's never been a more fucking like unrelatable bit, but the flavors are so good, man. Yes, I've been. It's the GOAT. Now you're gonna type some shit that's gonna really piss me off. You're gonna type some shit like, oh, I prefer rain or shine, and I'm gonna flip the fuck out. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what? We need to go back a little bit, and food is better now than it was 20 years ago. I'll stop you right there. It really is, unequivocally. But there's some things from the 90s that I wish would come back. Here's a big one. Ice cream cake. I'm happy it's my birthday on Friday because I'm getting an ice cream cake, man. Fuck, I got so impatient. These are old people takes? Bro, how many times do I have to fucking tell you when it comes to desserts, give me the tastes of an old person. All they do is eat sweets and vote. That's like the two things they do all the time. I trust an old person's opinion about desserts like 100 times more than I trust a teenager's opinion about desserts. It's not even a contest. Give me fucking 9 lives right now, you motherfucker, you! Fuck, why would you show me that shit if I can't fucking have it? Every time I visit my dad, his pantry is 80% cookie and candy. Cookies and candy, sorry, you said it right, I read it wrong. My mom confided in me the other day. She was like, I have to tell you something about your father. I went, oh shit, is everything okay? And she went, I don't know what's happening to him. The other day at the grocery store, he bought soda. And I was like, that is a little out of character. And sure enough, next time I went over, I heard ka-chunk, and bro pulled an ice cold Dr. Pepper straight out the fridge. Something I have not seen my dad do for a long time, but I was like, you know what? The proteins though, I'll give him a pass. First off, because it was full sugar. Secondly, because he's actually already past the age where, like, the oldest person was in the study. Which doesn't mean that it isn't bad for you, but it also does mean that it's... Well, like, okay, I'm not saying you should do drugs when you get older, but I am saying I think our society's like a little, I wouldn't say backwards, but I think we got our priorities misaligned. Stuff that is really bad for you in the long term, you should start it when you're old. You might have other medical conditions that, like, I want to make sure I'm not being taken out of context here. Like, I think when you're a little bit older, you shouldn't give a fuck about microplastics. I think the real problem is if you get microplastics in your blood when you're like 2, that shit is going to be wreaking havoc on you for like 8 decades plus. But if you're like 75, who gives a fuck? Put the plastic fork in the rice-a-roni and crank that shit up to like 9 minutes. You made it. You're through the watershed. It obviously is not good for you, but shit that needs time to actually hurt you, you don't have to worry about that as much anymore. If you're like 22, you should like avoid, like, do not snort asbestos or like drywall powder or something like that, because those microfibers are gonna be in your lungs until, I don't know, fucking like 2078 or something like that. I did that in high school. Try, for your own sake, try to purge it from your memory. Because definitely, like, one of the, there's, when young people talk about what sucks about getting older, they always say some shit like, oh, my back's gonna hurt. Or like, oh, I have to like eat vegetables to keep abs. Some shit like that. Number one thing that sucks about getting older, your parents getting older and realizing that like life doesn't last forever. And that like you're now in charge. Like you're the one that they're looking to make the fucking decisions. You're not like 9 anymore. Second worst thing is everything you've ever eaten or drank in your entire life, finally having 30 years of studies come out that say it's gonna kill you one day. And it's too fucking late to change. The ink's already dry. Why were they feeding me so many salami sandwiches when I was like 8, man? I never stood a fucking chance. I was just a fucking kid. I didn't know, I just liked salami. I was eating a salami sandwich every day for like 10 years. Is salami bad? Don't look it up, but do stop eating all processed meats. All deli meats except for ones that actually look like that's how they look when they're in the animal as well. What about ham? I don't know about ham because ham is like processed, but also it's real. I don't know about ham. You have to ask someone who was actually involved with the studies about ham. Mortadella, yeah, mortadella's that's not okay. That's on the bad list. No surprise there, mortadella sucks. It's actually delicious. I'm fucking dead. You baited me to death. Thanks a lot. Now we have to end on a loss, so we're never gonna play this fucking game again. Way to go. Saying some ignorant shit like that.
I ain't get the fuck out of me, look.
The sounds he's making are so fucking good, man.
get the fuck up. Man, push fuck that. Man, where that shit at? Get the fuck up, bro. Oh,
I mean, his nasal cavity is being flooded with with mustard. Like, I'm not surprised that he's freaking the fuck out, man. Like, he is drowning. He's drowning in mustard. I gotta hear what he says. He says, "God damn, though. Holy fuck." Oh shit.
oh shit.
Piece of shit.
Shit, get the fuck up. Man, push fuck that. Man, where that shit at? Get the fuck up, bro. Oh,
Oh man. He does seem so tired. It makes it so much worse that he's the most tired man that's ever existed. It just his 8-year-old stepson is just fucking waterboarding him with mustard straight up his nose, man. Oh shit. Oh man. Dude, I have the best sidebar on YouTube right now. Holy cow. Iron Mike, Eli Porter versus Envy. How to make pickle Pepsi at home for free. I haven't seen that one. Keeping your refrigerator stocked will get you many women from Mr. Chai City 3. The Shooting, aka Dear Sister. Santa, please do not visit my town, please. 11:02 a.m. Flulaborg. I'm hitting my DMT cart right now. I can't. Burger King Double Whopper with cheese review. Holy cow. Boom goes the dynamite. Oh, 19 years ago. Holy shit.
Reggie Miller's looking good. He shoots a 3, and it's good.
That's so good, man.
Later, he gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite. The final scores ended up with the Pacers 63 to the Nets 61.
The final score in this basketball game was 63 to 61? Were these like the only baskets that got... I've never noticed this the whole time I watched the game. Or the whole time I watched this video. Oh, that was at halftime. That was at halftime.
The Associated Press of the All-American first team in college baseball was announced today at Utah's 7-foot sophomore center Andrew Bogut was the leading vote receiving 61st place votes. Bogut, who is an Australian native, received very little attention in the preseason, but averaged 20 points and 12 rebounds a game for Utah. The 4 other players joining Bogut on the AP team are senior forward Wayne Summers and Kansas, and Hakan Warwick of Syracuse. Junior guard J.J. Redick of Duke and sophomore guard Chris Paul of Wake Forest rebounded out the list. Let's check out some of the scores tonight.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm sorry. I mean, this is the last 8 minutes of the stream. This is just what it's all about, man.
Beating both. We're going to continue on now. And the Ladies Cardinals will play an Iowa tournament starting this Friday. Before the Ball State baseball team kicks off its conference season this weekend, the Cards will battle in-state rival Indiana tomorrow. Tomorrow's game will be the meeting between the two, beating both first. Hoosiers are on the 4 on the year, and they have won 6 of its last 7 games tomorrow.
6-7
at 3 p.m. Switching to Ball State men's tennis, it seems every week they have a player. Matt Lawrence is the latest Cardinals tennis player to win the award. Lamar won all the singles and doubles matches last week. So far, the Cardinals have had a player honored on the weekly awards. 7 out of the 9 weeks. The Cards will play at Boise State Invite this weekend. The Indiana Pacers are looking for a measure of revenge tonight against the New Jersey Nets and to strengthen their playoff hopes. The Nets won the last Sunday's matchup 94-85, which left the Pacers 1 game behind the Chicago in the 7th series spot.
You're playing the game in a BMW? He's having the worst day of your life and you're laughing? Bro, I've been watching this video for like 25 years. It's the greatest video that's ever come out. This is how I feel when someone notices that I say a word wrong. I'll see you tomorrow. I had a great time today. Goodbye. Follow the sound of my voice. I can sing a song if it makes it better. Alright, in the town where I was born, lived a man who said to sea, and he told us of his life in his yellow submarine. Skies are blue and tees are green. Many more of us that live next door. All we need, skies of pink and subs of yellow in our yellow shrubbery. Come on, sing it with me. I'm not moving, you're trolling me, I'm leaving.